There's blood in the streets. Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video we're going to have a look at what Jerome Powell had to say and the impact that has had on the market. I mean, it's a sea of red, blood in the streets, and I'm going to dig into it and give you my thoughts and opinions as to what I expect to happen next. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications, very important, so you don't miss a video. Now let's get down to the desktop and let's have a look at this sea of blood. Okay, so on coin market cap, we got the total market cap of all crypto down 3.37% at the time of recording at $1.01 trillion. Now I do expect this to go beneath the $1 trillion mark. Now, in all honesty, I was kind of the impression that everything was being slowed down artificially because of elections and more for the politics than anything, and then we were going to see the pullback later. But it looks like we're on track for what we've kind of been expecting in September, right? And we're getting close to September, and this could lead us into a month where we expect further pullbacks. But let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comments below. Bitcoin currently at 20,792.80, down 3.63% at the time of recording, and Ethereum is at 1,593.29 and is down 6.39% at the time of recording this video. Jerome Powell has been at it again, destroying markets. You know how he likes to do it. And, he's basically delivered a stern message on inflation and warns of some pain to come. So I think this is a really big deal. And, basically he's stated that the Fed will keep at it in the battle against inflation until their job is done. Now, basically, he's gone on further to say, well, higher interest rates, lower growth and softer labour market conditions will bring down inflation. They will still bring some pain to households and businesses. So this, for me, is something that we're, been trying to articulate to expect, and this is having impacts on many of the other markets already. So for me, this comes as maybe a bit of a surprise in the respect that I thought that they were going to try to hide a lot of this. So yeah, from that aspect, it comes as a bit of a surprise. But actually, we've always kind of articulated over the last few weeks that we expected pullbacks in the market, and that we should tread carefully and only make small investments rather than any big sizable investments in the market at the moment, because we do think there are going to be some really juicy prices available to us, and there are going to be many projects that fail in this bear phase. I do think that this is a bear phase or a bear cycle, and I think that we're only really getting into it. I think there's much more time for us to see lower lows. So for all those people that talk about lower lows in June, I called it in May to say that I thought June was going to be where we saw those lower lows. We did see that. It is the current low as as the time of recording. But looking at the the financial horizon and everything that's happening around the world, I started to think actually it wasn't low enough in June, and I expect it to come down lower. So I basically I was either right in May or I was wrong in May, and I'm right now. So time will tell. Ultimately, there's nothing in the data from a technical analysis point of view to suggest that we're going to definitely have lower lows. But actually, if you look at what's happening around the world, from a fundamental viewpoint, there is many reasons to suggest that to expect lower lows, and this fight, I think, is still just the beginning. I think there's a lot more to come over time for this. Now, the other thing to bear in mind, and this is a lot about timing more than anything. I personally think that a lot of this is scenarios that are formed and timed to coincide with one another. We have previously talked about, you know, multiple events or black swan event that could bring down the market. Now, this article here is basically saying, you know, are we to expect a black swan event? I think, you know, we've got, you know, Jerome Powell talking about, you know, expecting more pain for households and businesses. Then we've got Mt. Gox basically giving back 137,000 Bitcoin back to investors. So for me, when they originally had their coins, they were worth $480. Even at like $21,000, that's almost 50x. So expect some sell pressure on top of all of this macro stuff that's happening around the world that is going to have a huge impact on financial markets, not just the crypto market. So I think that we need to be conscious of all the stuff going on and not just ignore it and bury our heads in the sand. I think that anybody that is articulating that, you know, we're going up at the moment has a very limited understanding of macro economics and stuff that's happening around the world, and certainly haven't been around in previous recessions or, you know, understood previous recessions and the impacts that has. So, you know, just be careful with some of the influencers that you're watching and listening to. Make notes, and then in a few months' time, you can decide whether, you know, those individuals are the ones that you should be following or not. Crypto firms say US sanctions limit the use of privacy software. And this is a lot to do with like the mixers and other platforms. I've always kind of had some concerns around privacy coins within crypto space, not because I dislike privacy, more from a regulatory standpoint that I have concerns that, you know, those aspects of privacy could be a big problem when it comes to, you know, the governments and stuff like that, because they're not going to be comfortable with people being able to move money around and nobody be able to see who it is and, you know, who it's going to and all those things, because of all the criminals out there and the fact that, you know, it doesn't fit with the agenda of many countries at the moment. You know, you look at the sanctions that have been imposed on people, assets that have been I guess you could say stolen from people. That's not probably how the governments would articulate it, but, you know, they've been repossessed, you know, because of, you know, I guess sanctions, you know, in particular Russia. Some of those people may have deserved to lose it. It may have been made from you know, crime. Others may have just been caught up in something and, you know, are really good people. Who knows? You know, some people will be cynical about it, but myself, you know, just imagine if you were embroiled in something that, you know, you had no control over, and, you know, that was taken away from you. So, you know, look, I have concerns around privacy. I'm not surprised that these crypto firms are talking about the issues surrounding it. You know, this is why we've kind of not really been in too many privacy coins. We've been in one or two, but not many. So yeah, look, one to definitely read. I will link all of these articles in the Discord, so do give them a read. They're great to read in your leisure time. Okay, and what survives the crypto winter will be stronger. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, this is a fantastic article. Like I say, give it a read in the Discord, but I do agree with the headline, right? What survives the crypto winter will be stronger. I do think that there's going to be a lot of projects fail, so be really careful out there. But I agree with this, right? The ones that do survive and build and, you know, achieve the milestones that they've set out in their roadmaps, I think are going to be the ones that do really, really well. So, you know, let me know in the comments below, what projects do you think will fail in the crypto space over the crypto winter, and which ones you are going to be really focused on accumulating because you think they're going to succeed and do really well. Let me know in the comments below. Really interested to get your views and opinions on that. Now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. My overall thoughts and opinions on the market is that I still expect lower lows. I think Nick and myself are guilty of talking about it probably a little bit too early. I'm hoping that people are listening to I guess, the messages that we're putting out going away, doing their own research and seeing whether, you know, they align with the stuff that we're putting out, right? I know a lot of people don't like to hear the negative stuff, but just know that it's coming from a good place, because we want you to be successful. We're not moon boys here at Cheeky Crypto. We talk about, you know, realism, right? We talk about the markets as we see them, and you know, we're not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you things are rosy when perhaps things aren't as rosy as they may be made out to be by others in the space. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.